careful the advice you listen to in times of conflict in your home. When there is conflict between you and your partner, you need to know who your partner is. You need to know what works with your partner. When there's conflict in the marriage, it's not the man that needs to give order in the marriage, neither the woman that needs to give order in the marriage, but it's for the two of you to come to a compromise. Come from this part, come from this part, and emerge in the middle. Find solutions that will help the two of you. Know who your husband is and know who your wife is. Don't impose your rules on your wife. Don't impose your rules on your husband. This is how I want it. It must be that. Marriage is not this is how you want it. It's this is how we want it. How it's going to work for us. How it must work for us. It is two people that are together as one. So what makes you happy? Try to see that the other partner is also happy with the issues and the situation. Good evening. My name is Lady Reverend Mrs. Charlotte Oduro, and this is the Real Woman in Me show. You know how we do it every Monday when it's 10 p.m. We all gather together, call our friends, call everybody. We sit together and watch and listen. I'm so privileged. I'm honored to come your way every Monday. It is always a blessing to me to be alive, to have this opportunity, the privilege to speak to you as the Lord speaks through me. Welcome all of you. God bless you for standing with me, for praying with me, for loving me, for everything you do. God bless all of you. Tonight, it's another beautiful night that we are going to learn, grow, and mature. I want you to go to all the social media platforms. The Real Woman in Me official page on Facebook. You go to Instagram, The Real Woman in Me _. You go to YouTube, Rev Dr. Charlotte Oduro. Just subscribe to my page and get more videos, and let's share to other people to also learn. Thank you so much for always being with me. Thank you. Tonight, we're still going to talk about issues in marriage. The marriage table. The things that concerns marriage. The things we go through in marriage. The situations that happens in marriage. Conflict in marriage. How do we come to a point where we can solve and deal with conflict in marriage? How will we be able to address issues when it comes to marriage? When we have conflict, when we have misunderstandings, how do we deal with it? Tonight, let's do it together. Many people, as we get on the journey of marriage, when we meet our partners, we are so much in love, we care about each other. Everybody's issue is our issue. When one goes wrong, because we love each other, we are able to deal with it, talk about it, and we'll move on. But the moment we enter into marriage, it becomes so stiff. It becomes a different world altogether, where women or men find it very difficult to approach or address issues. And even when they do, one wants to win, and one always wants to see the other fall. I keep on asking these questions, and people keep on coming to me with issues. And I keep on asking myself, when we were in the relationship before we got married, things weren't like this. But the moment we get married, it changes. It tells us so many things. That marriage is something the devil hates so much. And what the devil cannot stand is two people that understand each other, ready to go every length to make their marriage work. I'm saying this because there's an issue somebody brought for me to deal with it, and she was okay for me to share. She had married for 7 years. He said, Mommy, before we got married, anytime there's issues, we have a way of dealing with it. And I'm sorry, I will say sorry. When he's sorry, he will say sorry. And we're working things so are so okay. We married for 7 years now. since the day we got married till now, there is no issue we have been able to solve and solve it well. So it keeps on piling down, and I get so pained, I get so disrespected. He also feels the same way. But the recent one that happened that brought her to me is this. So he said recently what happened was that, what brought her to me is this. I think that's happened severally and they've overlooked it. But now she is even thinking of ending the marriage because she can't continue. I said, what happened? I said, Mommy, my husband takes some decisions without me, and that even is not a problem. But there are some things he does that comes back to destroy me. I said, what happened? I think the husband sat with some friends and discussed some issues concerning the wife, her past. I don't know what brought up or what came for the husband to do that. So I can't say much about that, but I'm telling you what she said. The husband told the friends about the wife's past. And one of the friends' wife confronted the wife and told her, why would you say things like this to your husband? And the way your husband is saying it to people is bad. She said, Mommy, I was shocked. I asked my friend, what did my husband say? It was saying about her past relationship with guys, and she had issues with the people she had the relationship with. So when she met the husband, one way or the other, I don't know what brought the conversation, and she was able to confide in the husband and tell the husband the things she did. And it was, I think it was one of the pastors. She wasn't married then, but she had a relationship with one pastor, and the things they did together. And the husband was able to discuss it with some friends and say that, oh, that particular person, oh, forget it. My wife had an issue, or they had a relationship together, and the pastor is like this, like some of the weakness of the pastor that the wife discussed with him, because she and the pastor wanted to get married, but it didn't work, so they separated. But some of the things she did with the pastor, and she felt she needs to speak to somebody, so she spoke to the husband. That's a mistake she did. Now the man speaks to his friends about this pastor anytime he sees any video or anybody talks about that pastor. Oh, that man of God is good and all that. The husband steps in and says, oh, leave that man. He has slept with my wife before. The other relationship is like this and it's like that. And the woman said, Mommy, this is not the first time he has done that. I have regretted ever speaking to my husband about my past. Because all the time, if we have issues in the relationship, my husband will bring this up. It becomes a big fight. Then we begin to fight. So I have told him that, no, I don't like this. Don't do this. It's not helpful. It's not helping me. Don't do that. And if you do that, you are destroying the marriage, because I trusted you. That is why I confided in you and told you some things. But the husband used those things against her. So what killed her was this last one, when the husband's friend, the wife of the friend, spoke to the wife and said, why did you say things like this to your husband? And the way he's saying it is bad. If even he had a relationship with that pastor, or you've had a relationship with people, you shouldn't have exposed so many things, some delicate part of their lives to your husband. Because the way your husband is going with it is getting out of hand. And should, in case the pastor gets to know, it's bad. You had a relationship. There's nothing wrong with it. It didn't work. That's it. And she explained to the friend that, no, I made the mistake confiding in my husband and speaking to him about my past. I thought he was a friend. I felt he's my husband. I felt it's okay to confide in him and speak about it. I have regretted. So she was so disappointed this time, because the things that husband said about that man of God and her, she felt like, okay, fine, if the man of God that you have issues with, what about me, your wife? Some of the things he says to the friends was bad. Because if you love your wife and you want to keep your home and want people to respect your wife, there are some things you don't need to expose it, or say, if even she has done it, you don't need to expose it or say it. But this husband said a lot of things without even considering the effect that will happen to the wife and even himself. The woman said, "Mommy, I've had enough. I want out." Because, and anytime he does that and you want to address and let him know that, no, you don't do things like that. You are disgracing me and some things. The husband will not to come argument. He will speak. He will be angry. You are disrespecting me. A whole lot of things. So they don't come to a conclusion or get a solution to deal with the issue. They always hang issues there, and it becomes so hard for them to communicate. And as time goes on, they are losing themselves and losing the marriage. So I spoke to her. We addressed issues. I brought the husband in the early stage. The husband never wanted to admit that the things he was doing was wrong. It's hurting the wife. Not even the man of God is a problem, but the wife. The way he says things to people about the wife, she's still your wife, and you speak things like this. It was so bad. I have had many issues with couples that when it comes to conflict resolution, is a very big issue. We all have the same issues. We all have the same problem. You can relate to it. That you have issues with your husband or your wife, and third parties that comes in. I've had people telling husbands or telling wives that, oh, your wife doesn't deserve you, your husband doesn't deserve you. If a woman does this, do this. You see, the kind of friends you keep, the kind of people you speak to concerning your home is very important. The kind of people you have trusted your issues at home to, it's very important. I always say this. If there's issues in your home and you pray and God gives you direction to speak to a counselor, a man of God, pray about the one you're going to speak to. People that can keep it, protect your image, and not because you have opened up your secret to them or you give them information, they go out there and speak ill about you. I've seen couples having arguments or angry, and while they're angry, they say a lot of things to themselves. I've seen husbands saying things to people about their wives. I've come across issues in marriages. Whilst one hurts the other, they speak to people, and the people they speak to will tell them, your wife is not a good wife, so do this to her. And I hear men, and I've seen men listening to advice of another man who is not staying with your wife. You see, when somebody hears your story or somebody listens to you, they can give you an advice, but learn this. They are not the ones staying with your partner. Neither are they the ones that are hearts are involved with your partner. People can give you advice, but they are not in your shoes. Be careful the advice you listen to in times of conflict in your home. When there is conflict between you and your partner, you need to know who your partner is. You need to know what works with your partner. The two of you must come to a point. Listen, when there's conflict in the marriage, it's not the man that needs to give order in the marriage, neither the woman that needs to give order in the marriage, but it's for the two of you to come to a compromise. Come from this part, come from this part, and emerge in the middle. Find solutions that will help the two of you. That is the way to go. Know who your husband is and know who your wife is. Don't impose your rules on your wife. Don't impose your rules on your husband. This is how I want it. It must be that. Marriage is not this is how you want it. It's this is how we want it. How it's going to work for us. How it must work for us. It is two people that are together as one. So what makes you happy? Try to see that the other partner is also happy with the issues and the situation. The issue with us now is that some men think that when it comes to the marriage, they hold the front. Yes, they do. Because you are the head of the home. That doesn't mean that when it comes to issues at home or conflict and you want to resolve it, or when it comes to decisions at home, you will neglect the duties of your wife, or you neglect the presence of your wife and take decisions on your own as if you are the only one that is into this marriage. When you do that, make sure as you are happy, your partner is being embittered. And the more you make the person piles up pain, one day it will come hurt the two of you. Let's respect our places in the home. Respect your wife's place as a wife. Let the wife respect the husband's place as a husband. Now, you see, many people find it difficult, including all of us, we find it difficult when one person needs to be pleased and the other is neglected. How long will somebody pretend? How long do you want the woman or the man to pretend as if, okay, you're okay and everything is okay? You don't give rules in your marriage with shit to plan. You don't give orders in the marriage. You give respectful opinions by respecting your partner. So you make sure every decision you come by or everything the two of you want to do together, it doesn't favor you alone, but you make sure it favors the family. You are able to speak ill about your wife to people. You are able to discuss your husband to people. I don't have issues because we've all done it before. In times of argument, in times of pain and all that, everybody needs somebody to talk to. And when you're talking to people out of pain, you will express yourself, and some of the things you shouldn't say, or some of the things you should cover up in your family, out of anger, out of frustration, you may alter some things and say them. The moment you make that mistake and your partner comes to know of it, the best way to go, know that you've made a mistake, apologize and work it out. Your partner must also understand you are human, and therefore you cannot do everything perfect. You made your mistakes. They need to learn. If the mistake you made will cost a lot at home, don't repeat the same thing that can break your home. I was telling somebody that if we knew some of the things we know today, if we knew some of the things we are speaking to you today, we would have gone far. We would have done a lot of things in our lives. Some mistakes we made, we wouldn't have done it at all. But I am grateful because some of us has been a scapegoat for you people to come and learn. For some of you to learn. We thank God for the process because God used those processes to bring us this far. So it is an opportunity for you to learn, change it, and make things work. It is not always right. Never. Don't let anybody lie to you that because the woman is the woman, therefore the man thinks he can impose his right on the woman. No, that is not marriage. If a man honors and respects the wife, as the Bible says in 1 Peter chapter 3, if a man honors the wife, if a man respects the wife, if a man gives a place for his wife and listen to her ideas, listen to her side of the story, because there are many times that people will tell husbands, you don't even want to hear the side of the story of the wives. I've seen it before, I've heard it before. I've had a lot of issues or a lot of people coming to me. I personally have seen it before. That people can incite and tell things to your husband or tell things to people. And because of the delicate or the way the thing is, your husband knows that this one he has heard. You are the one that said, because that information is only for the two of you. And your husband hears it somewhere. Then he comes and reacts. Yes, maybe you have said it. But instead of him to give you an opportunity to express yourself and give reasons why you did what you did out of anger, your husband may alter words or show attitude that can pierce you to the heart. Listen, when you are angry, be careful the things that comes out of your mouth. But the moment you are angry, remember the God that has called you. If you forget when you are angry God in your life, you will mess the God that has called you out of your anger. Let me say it again. When anytime you are angry, anytime you are annoyed or angry with somebody, remember the call of God and the God that has called you in your life. The moment you remember God in your life, it helps you to restrain yourself. It helps you on the things you will say. It calms you down. I'm saying this because We've gotten angry to some point in our lives. We forgot we are called. We forget who we are in the presence of God. We utter some words. We do some things out of anger. And it comes back to destroy us. Some of the things, you can't change them. The moment you say it, you destroy everything. So remember God in times of your anger. Otherwise, your anger will destroy the call and the God of, let them say, the call and the God in your life. Your anger can destroy the call and the God in your life. Your anger will make people take decisions against you. Your anger will tell people who you are. And you can lose your place in front of people because of your anger. Let's watch for it. Doesn't matter those who put us or take us to that level. The moment you get angry, remember this. God is with you. And the things that will come out of your mouth, ask yourself, will it please God? Let's not allow people to push us to that level where we will lose our dignity, our honor, and our call on our lives. Some of us are still praying for another chance with God because out of anger, out of some things, we made utterances, we made mistakes that we are still paying for them. Don't do the things I have done. Don't do the things your mother did. Learn from our mistakes and become better. You may also have made your mistake, but listen, learn from the mistake and become better. When there is conflict in the marriage, let's not be in a haste to take decisions. Let's not be too angry to act. When your partner provokes you to the level where you will lose yourself, be careful of that partner. Know how to deal with them. Sometimes partners want to see or put you on that edge where they can get evidence against you while they want to leave you. Some people will know the things they can do to bring you to the point they want to disgrace you. Work yourself out. When there's conflict, don't answer, don't act when you're angry. Don't speak, don't do anything when you are angry. Try to calm down. Try to settle down. Think things over. Don't look at their actions to talk. Look at you at the end of the story, how you will look. Be sensible in the decisions you take. Let's learn this. I keep on saying it. You are you. Your partner adds up to your life. If your partner will not respect you, if your partner will not forgive you per the mistakes you've done, if your partner has lost respect for you because of some things you did in the past, it is you to take a decision to become a better person. It is you to change everything in your life for them to see and see that there is a change. And if they want to honor and respect you, it is their business. It is you to tell yourself, I've learned my lessons from my mistakes and therefore I want to become a better person for myself, not for anybody but for yourself. Let's begin to love ourselves to the point that we are not living to please other people, but we are living to please ourselves and see whether God will be happy with the changes in our lives. I told the woman, I will not advise you to divorce. I know this is emotional challenge and all that, but your husband needs to learn. And I know the husband is ready to learn. It may not be easy. He's the type that will want to speak without even thinking whether what he's saying is going to affect anybody. Be careful the people you speak to about your marriage. The kind of information you give to people about your marriage. We have done it before. We've spoken, we've said things we shouldn't have said. It came back and it still is fighting against us. Because out of anger. Because we didn't know the temperament of our partners. Because we didn't know how to handle some issues when those issues happened. We rather use that issue out of anger to destroy our future. When there's conflict in your home, it's not a strange thing. Conflict happens in everybody's marriage. But the easiest way to solve the conflict is not thinking for the partner or judging your partner, but giving your partner a place to express or explain themselves to you. Reasons why they did what they did. Don't conclude yet. Don't judge them yet. Don't think you know them too much, so therefore, yes, what you have heard may be true. Yes, they may have said what you have heard, but maybe they have a different mindset why they did what they did. And if you want them well and you wish them well and you want to correct them, we don't correct people with anger. We correct them with love. You can make somebody close to you, listen to them, put them in their place for them to learn that tomorrow they don't repeat it again. We marry because we love each other. We understand why we are coming together. We marry because we understand the call of God for marriage, the journey God has given to us for marriage. When you read Genesis chapter 24, the verse 1 going, when Abraham was old and was aging and wanted to die, Abraham called one of the old servants in his home and brought the servant into his chamber and said, servant, put your hands in my thighs and let me have a covenant with you. What was the covenant about? It said, my son Isaac, go get him a wife. But I don't want a wife from the Canaanite lineage. I am living with the Canaanite people. I don't want a Canaanite wife for my son. Because I know there are some people, when you marry them, your life is in danger. People that have self-esteem issue. People that have jealousy. People that can't, accept or respect or honor your blessings or your growth in life. There are people that when they come into your life, they have issues with themselves. They don't trust anybody, not even themselves. So any least mistake you make, they see and they read meanings to it. People that will come to torment you, people that don't even know themselves, they come to torment you. Be careful the Canaanite man you marry, the Canaanite wife you marry. Abraham said, let me have a covenant with you. Go to my father's, go back and get me a wife for my father's lineage, for my home. Go get a woman for me. When the old servant was going, he said, this is a big text my papa has given unto me. Marriage is not I met the woman and I love her. Marriage is a direction. Marriage is deeper than meeting the beautiful woman or that man and say I love him. It goes deeper. Have you prayed about it? Have you said, don't marry the giftings, marry the character. There are men that have been celebrated by their giftings. There are women that have been celebrated by their giftings. But their character and who they are, apart from being who you want the world to see them, the edited life of them is out there. What they want you to see, what they want you to see. But the reality behind the scenes issues, you have no idea. Know they are behind issues and see whether you can deal with it. Know they are behind issues and know whether this man is a man that loves, can respect, can hold you. Even the mistakes you make can stand with you. There are men, when you step on them, 1, 2, 3, they are done. They don't want to have anything to do with you again. And they are men because they love and they understand who God is. No matter the mistakes you make, they still believe there is a positive something in your life. They stand with you until they see the good things in your life to come out. They are not envious. They are not jealous of their wives' success. They are not envious of their husbands' connections. No. Because there are some men, when they see their wife's success, it becomes a threat to them. It becomes an issue. They want to stop that woman because the world thinks that if a woman prospers, she will not respect her husband. That is fallacy. That is a lie. If a woman is honored and treated well, even in her blessings, she still sees herself as a wife. If a man will honor and respect the wife, and if the wife will respect the husband, there's no issue of who is blessed and who is not. We are all blessed by the grace of God. When the maid servant was going, or when the old servant was going, he made a prayer and he said, God, there's a big tax. How do I get a woman for Isaac? Because I have had a covenant with my papa. And if I break the covenant, I go through curse. He said, God, when the woman that I will meet, that will give me water and give my sheep water, that woman, let that woman be a woman for Isaac. He made a prayer. He was committed to the prayer. He asked God the qualities and some things you can see in a woman that will be accepted. And God gave him what he asked for. Good Rebecca was a good woman, but she wasn't a perfect woman. It's the same woman that changed the hands of the two sons. Esau was supposed to take the blessing, but Rebecca changed it. It doesn't mean when God gives you a woman or a man, there will be mistakes. There will be mistakes because we are humans. We should just learn to accept that your partner has his weakness or has her weakness. Would you accept that we all have our weakness, and there are days we fall, there are days we are weak? But if you have the heart of forgiveness and a heart to work things out, no matter what they have done wrong, if they are sorry and they will come and they want to make it work, please, let's learn to know we are humans, we can do it, we can make mistakes. So if today is your partner that is at fault, forgive and let make it work. Because tomorrow you may also be at fault and you need your partner to stand and support you. Let's learn how to deal with conflicts in our homes. Let's find solutions to deal with it. Those outside that they are not in your marriage, that are giving you wrong information, are destroying your home. You are the one there. You are the one that has a covenant with your wife or your husband. Find solutions to deal with what to make the two of you happy. Because those out there don't know your wife, they don't know your husband. They don't know their temperament or things that makes them happy. Don't let people outside come and decide on what will happen in your home. Let God give you direction to you to get wisdom and get the right advice to help your home and deal with it. 7th of August, we are all going to Kumasi KNUST Queen's Hall, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Real Woman in Me and the Woman Behind Closed Doors. This is our August meeting. Kumasi KNUST, it's 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Let's be part of it. 27th. It's going to be a blessing. And on the 4th of September, it's my birthday. Stand with me in prayer. Stand with me that the next level God is taking me, I'll be able to stand and do as the Lord wants me to do. If you love me, pray for me. If you love me, stand with me. And if you want to support or partner with the Real Woman in Me, or support our 27th program in Kumasi, I beg you, come support. Say, Mommy, this is what I want to give: water, I want to give drink, I want to give transport, I want to give this for you to do the ministry you're doing. We are moving into the tertiary universities to impact into them, so that your young girls, your young guys will come and stand strong with God. I need people to come and support me, people to partner with me on 27th of August, KNUST, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Please partner with me. If you have drinks, you have water, you want to sow a seed, something, you want us to do adverts for you on that program, you're welcome. Just WhatsApp me on the numbers on the screen: 055-2369-403, 055-2369-403. The little you can give will go far to help us do this ministry together. It's on the screen: 055-2369-403, 055-2369-403. The little you can give will go far to help us do this ministry together. I call on all of you, come and support and partner with me. It's 27th of August, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Kumasi KNUST, Queen's Hall. You're going to be a blessing. Let's stand together and Jehovah will help us. God bless you. Remember, what I'm wearing is the Real Woman in Me clothing. Please, if you were a woman or you're a man and you need some of this long dresses, very beautiful clothing, please, I have different types of them. Just WhatsApp me and let me get you something beautiful to wear, simple, casual, and you're good to go. And I have perfumes, so you can call me and get it all. Let's support, so we can build this ministry together. The Real Woman in Me clothing. Get to me and let me get you your own. God bless you. I love you. Christ loves you more. Thank you for all those who stand and pray with me. Bye.